Hey out there, this is Buzz with the Survival Buzz. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about preservation of wealth. And let me start off by saying I'm in no way, shape, or form a financial advisor. Take what I have to say with a grain of salt. Do your own investigating and you come about your own conclusions as far as what you need to do to preserve your own wealth. With that being said, I know tons of people are going to chime in about the whole crypto thing. I myself at one time almost bought into some of that, and then it's just not for me, man. I'm just not a technology savvy type guy. I tend to like things that I can actually hold in my hand, which is why I'm always telling everybody the best thing you can do right now is to buy, tangible assets, food, even anything like that. You're going to save a ton of money in the long run, and you're going to use it anyway. So why not get it now? Uh, but I as well, look at avenues of ways I can save. I have a few savings online, things that are minute. They're not that big. It's not that big of a deal, but it doesn't hurt to diversify. Even if I have no, hope in the whole system itself, I still have a little bit of money tied up in it, but it's nothing great. So beyond that, I think like bartering is probably going to be your most valuable asset financially in the future, other than stockpiling things that you already use anyways. But the ability to barter is gonna save you in the long run a ton of money as well. When if hyperinflation ever does truly kick in, which from what I read for a lot of financial advisors right now, people that are deep into it really see that coming at some point. With all the spending and stuff. So um, I hate to tell people to take on any kind of loan, but if it were me and I didn't have my own mortgage, um, if you're like a renter, I would I would advise you. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor by no means, but I would advise you to go out and get a mortgage for something that you can afford. That's something that's minimal and not crazy expensive beyond your means. Uh, be a little bit humble about it. So whenever I got a house, I could have spent another 40, 60 grand. The bank granted me, but I didn't want to spend that much because I want to live comfortably no matter what happens. So, but with that being said, rent, if they raise interest rates and stuff like they're talking about to fight inflation or whatever, you can bet that rent is going to go up even more, and it already has ridiculously. Like I know people that have apartments and stuff that pay nearly twice what I do for my house, which is insane. So if I were in your position renting, I would definitely go out and get some kind of mortgage for some, buy some land, live in a trailer or something, or, buy a small house, something, to get established. Because once all that hyperinflation and everything kicks in, you can bet your rent's going to go up exponentially. So that would be my advice in that area, as well as, like I said, the barter items, anything that you could think of worth to somebody else. And that comes into play as well with skills. Right now, I'm always talking about learn the skills now. Well, that's going to be important in the future. Simply because your worth is going to be what you bring to the table. So the more skill set you have, and you don't just have some job that some corporate organization gave you. If all that went to pot, you want to have some type of skill to bring to the table so people want your services and you can exchange or barter items or whatever for that. So skill set is super important in my eyes. So I would advise people to learn something, or learn several things so that you have several skill sets to fall back on. And then as well as, it doesn't hurt to have a few of these around. I have quite a few silver rounds, a little bit of gold, nothing to write home about, but those will be valuable. I would assume at some point in the future they hold their value well more than a piece of paper that the Federal Reserve prints. So I don't know, just a little bit of what I'm doing and kind of what I would advise people to do. Like I said, I'm not an advisor, but that's kind of what I do, and that's kind of what I think people should do to be able to make it through the other side of what's about to happen. So the financial institutions and everything is going to go down eventually, and your ability to barter and bring skills to the table is going to be well worth it. So, as always, like this video and subscribe if you like what you hear, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Later.